Welcome back. So these next two examples are going to have the radical simplify, but then the fraction as a whole simplifies. So on this first problem, it is not in standard form, it doesn't equal 0, so I'm going to have to subtract 2x from both sides and add 2 to both sides. And I'm showing it just because of the minus 2x part, so that you see this is 3x squared minus 4x minus 8 is equal to 0. And doing my little stuff over here, opposite of b, b squared, 4ac, 2a, the opposite of negative 4 is a positive 4, b squared is 16, 4 times a times c, so 4 times 3 times negative 8 is negative 96. 2a is 6. So I will get 4, x equals 4, plus or minus the square root of 16 minus a negative 96. Because I'm going to need some space down here, I'm going to immediately just move to the plus. 96 all over 6. So that is x is equal to 4 plus or minus the square root of 16 plus 96, 106, 112, all over 6. Now 112, let's see, the rules for if something's divisible by 4 are the last two digits, in this case 4, divisible by 4. And so this is divisible by 4, but if something's divisible by 4, I will always check to see if it's divisible by 16 as well when I'm simplifying a square root. And this is the square root of 16 times 7, or the square root of 16 times the square root of 7. So my next step is going to be 4 plus or minus the square root of 16 times the square root of 7. Take note that I put the perfect square, the 16, first. So now this is x is equal to 4 plus or minus 4 square root of 7 all over 6. Now, so we simplified the radical, but I mentioned in this case the fraction simplifies. Look at all of the numbers outside of the square root. Does any number go into all of them? And the answer is yes, they're all even, so 2 goes into all of them. So you can divide each of these by 2 and get 2 plus or minus 2 square root of 7 all over 3. And this is the exact simplified. Now, what's actually happening here, and usually not shown, is you factor out a 2 from the top. So you'll get 2 plus or minus 2 square root of 7. And then you rewrite 6 as 2 times 3, and in a fraction, you can cancel a common factor to the numerator and denominator. But you have to realize both of these have to be divisible by that 2. So, and then if you want the approximate, you will do x is equal to 2 minus 2 square root of 7 all over 3, or x is equal to 2 plus 2 square root of 7 all over 3. And if you wanted the approximate solution, I would have just gone from here. So, but here I'm going to put the numerators in parentheses. So, because when I put it in my calculator, in parentheses, 2 minus 2 square root of 7 divided by 3. X is approximately negative 1.10, or 2 plus 2 square root of 7 all divided by 3. And x is approximately 2.43. So if all you wanted was this approximate, you could have gone with up here, because if you see, if I did in parentheses 4 minus the square root of 112 divided by 6, you're going to see I get exactly this solution. So if all you need is these decimal approximations, you don't need to find the simplified radical form. So I recommend that you attempt this second problem and then watch the next video to see how you did. This will also have a case where both the radical simplifies and then the fraction itself simplifies.